Good afternoon, everyone. Today, welcome back to science class. Today, we are going to our next subtopic. Still in chapter 8. Sorry, still in chapter 9, chapter heat. We are going to look into heat conductors and heat insulators today. Okay, noted. So this is going to be a short class, okay, because of the lessons that we're going to do today is not really long, okay. So as usual, after this class, you will have to do some quizzes, exercise, and then we will end our class, okay. So without waiting any longer, let's start. Okay, as usual, if you have any questions, you can just ask me. Use your microphone, or you can just write it down in the chat box. Alright, so today we are going to learn about heat conductors and heat insulators. Have you heard about conductors and insulators before? Sorry, I cannot hear you.
No.
No, yes. Ada cakap yes. Okay, some of you said yes. There are some of you that said no as well. Where have you heard about heat conductors and heat insulators? When and where? Hello? During primary school. Okay, good. So before in primary school, you have learned about heat conductor and heat insulators as well in year 6. So today's lesson should be the recap for you. Okay? So heat conductors and heat insulators, you should know the examples of it. What? No. First, you should know what is the definition or what is the meaning of conductor and heat insulator, and then you should know some examples of heat conductors and some example of heat insulators, and then we are going to look again into thermal equilibrium. Okay, and then we will end our lesson for today. So first, let's take a look. Okay, let's take a look. Take a look on heat conductors. So the meaning of heat conductors is materials that allow heat flow. Okay, they allow heat to flow through them. They can dalam bahasa Melayu kita cakap apa maksud konduktor haba? Dalam bahasa Melayu apa? Yang awak dah belajar before in primary school. Konduktor haba adalah objek yang boleh
mengalirkan arus haba atau elektrik.
Okay, mengalirkan haba. Okay, good. Mengalirkan haba atau elektrik. Okay, so hari ni kita nak tengok yang boleh mengalirkan haba. Sebab tu kita namakan heat conductors di hadapan tu. Mengalirkan haba. Okay, so materials that allow heat flow through them. Maksudnya dia boleh mengalirkan haba. Dia membenarkan haba melalui dia. Okay, untuk pergi ke tempat lain. Dia boleh, haba boleh melalui dia. So, as example of heat conductors, one is the base of iron. Okay, konduktor dalam iron hanyalah bahagian base tu sahaja. Bahagian pemegang apa? Plastik, and they are considered as penebat. Okay, penebat. Good. Penebat in English we call as
Convector.
Insulator. Good. Okay, so walaupun satu objek, okay, they can have two different materials. Okay, they can have more than one materials. Okay, boleh jadi dalam satu objek ada conductor, ada insulator. Okay, cuba bayangkan kalau iron awak semuanya conductor daripada base sampailah ke pemegang. What will happen? Apa jadi? Melecur. Can we use the iron? Can we use the iron or not? Cannot. We cannot use the iron sebab bila kita pegang pun masih panas. Okay? So, one object can have different materials. Boleh jadi some of it in conductor, some of it insulator. So, usually in iron, the base is the conductor because kita nak bahagian bawah dia sahaja yang panas, and the handle are made up from materials that are insulator because we don't want heat to flow dekat bahagian kita pegang. Okay, sebab bila heat flow kat bahagian kita pegang, nanti akan jadi panas juga kat situ. We cannot use the iron anymore. Okay, so the base of an iron selalunya conductor, okay, are made of metals. Okay, logam. Selalunya logam dapat mengalirkan haba dengan baik. Is a good conductor of heat and electric. Okay, so bila dia heat conductor, it is unable to conduct heat. Dia boleh mengalirkan haba. So bila dia mengalirkan haba, it help us to iron our clothes. Okay, clothes can be ironed quickly. Cuba kalau kita gunakan iron yang bukan conductor yang bagus, maksudnya dia conduct heat dengan sangat perlahan. Okay, dia akan menyebabkan kita iron baju dengan sangat lambat sebab haba sampai ke base of the conductor tu sangat lambat. Dia lambat mengalirkan haba menyebabkan baju kita pun lambat jadi panas, lambatlah wrinkles dekat our clothes tu untuk hilang. Okay. Alright, noted. Muyan and Belis noted. Thank you. Alright. Clothes can be ironed quickly. That is why we want the object to conduct heat so that the base of an iron can become hot faster, and we can use the heat to iron our clothes to remove the wrinkles on our clothes. Okay, good. Another example of heat conductors is the bottom of a pan. Okay, pan, the bottom of the pan. The handle of the pan is like iron. The handle of the pan is made up of insulator as well because we don't want to hold a hot pan. Okay, so the bottom of the pan is also made up of metal. Okay, because we want the heat to flow quickly to the food. Okay, kalau kita guna insulator dekat bottom of the pan, okay, dia akan menyebabkan heat cannot flow easily. Okay, or the insulator does not allow heat to flow. So, tak ada heat yang sampai dekat our food. Our food cannot be cooked. So, a good pan should be made up from a good conductor which can allow heat flow quickly, very quickly. So, kuali yang cepat panas selalunya lebih bagus because we want the heat to sampai kepada kita punya makanan untuk masak makanan kita. Another one is mercury. Mercury in thermometer. Okay, our thermometer have ada dua jenis, two type of thermometer. This is mercury thermometer. Another one, kalau yang kat hujung tu warna red, itu adalah liquid thermometer. Okay, maksudnya dekat bawah tu adalah liquid lah, red liquid thermometer. This one is mercury thermometer. Mercury is also a good heat conductor. So, bila dia detect heat, dia akan expand. So, bila expand, dia akan menaik. Okay? Dia akan naik ke satu mengikut skala ini. So, that is how we can measure temperature. Okay, sebab mercury can expand, and mercury is also a good heat conductor. They allow heat to flow through the material. So, they can detect change in temperature very quickly. Okay, up till there, do you have any questions?
No, teacher.
No. Okay, can everyone here, can you write down one example of conductors that you know, that you use in everyday life? Okay, each and every one of you write down one conductors that they know, one example of conductors that they know or they use. I will give you 2 minutes. Everyone write down. All 15 of you. Frying pan. Okay, good. Frying pan. Spoon. Okay. Good. Spoon that are made up from metals. Okay. Sendok. Can you specify which part of sendok periuk other than cooking utensils? Semua bagi peralatan memasak. Other than cooking utensils. Apa lagi? Sudip. Okay, bahagian sudip. Microwave. Okay, some part of microwave. The inside, the inner part of microwave. Good, Cornelius. Others? How about others? Paku, maybe. Okay, paku is an example of heat conductors as well. Good, yes. But we don't use paku as kita tak guna paku sebagai benda untuk mengalirkan haba. But still, it is an example of conductors. Yes, good. Apa lagi yang saya terlepas? What have I missed before? Steel ruler. Yes, steel ruler is also an example of conductors. But sama juga macam tadi, kita tak gunakan steel ruler punya application. Kita tak gunakan kebolehan steel ruler untuk mengalirkan haba. But still it is an example of conductors. Good. Good, everyone. Ada lagi tak yang belum bagi jawapan? Let's see. Alvin belum, Adriana, Hafiz. Aluminium. Okay, that is one example. Okay, good. Daniela, dah rasanya. Telephone, yes. Handphone is also a conductor. Good. Husna, Ishika, Idalia. Knife, good. Knife can also transfer heat. Spana, good. Spana can also transfer as long as it is made. Good. Fork can also transfer heat. So everything that is usually made up from metals can transfer heat and are example of heat conductors. Good, everyone. Okay, now let's proceed. The next one is heat insulator. Heat insulator means, dalam bahasa Melayu means penebat.
Penebat.
Yes, good. So, penebat is materials. The meaning of penebat is materials that prevent heat flow. Dia menghalang heat daripada mengalir melalui dia. Okay, dia tidak transfer heat dengan bagus. Okay, tak transfer heat dengan bagus. Example of heat insulator. Example of heat insulator is oven gloves. Okay, oven gloves. Kenapa? We need something that are insulate. We need insulator to prevent heat from transfer daripada hot apa ni benda ni? What do we call this? Dulang. Okay, hot dulang to our hand. Kita tak nak heat is transfer from the hot dulang to our cold hand, menyebabkan tangan kita boleh melecur. So we use, yes, tray. Thank you very much, Cornelius. Okay, from this hot tray to our cold hand. Okay, we don't want the heat to transfer, sebab kalau heat transfer dengan sangat banyak to our cold hand, it can make us melecur. Okay, boleh menyebabkan tangan kita melecur and scalded. Okay, so kita gunakan heat insulator sebab heat ni prevent. Okay, daripada hot nak pergi ke cold kan, we have learned that heat flow from hot object or hot region to cold region. But with heat insulator, dia akan prevent the heat flow. Okay, so our hand tak akan mendapat heat energy yang sangat banyak. Okay, sebab some is prevent by the insulator. So oven gloves prevent your hands from getting scalded or melecur while taking food trays out from the oven. Yes, it's here, trays. from the oven. Okay, so we need the insulator. Next one is materials that prevent heat flow is cooking utensils that are made up from wood. Okay, before banyak juga cooking utensils that are made up from metals. Okay, but kalau dia macam ni, selalunya the handles, okay, dia ada handles that are made up from insulator. Dia ada plastic handles kan. But if they are wooden, all of it are wooden, so all of it are considered as insulator. So the utensils that are made up from woods are usually because we tak ada handle yang from other materials and can allow us to cook and prevent heat from flowing to our hand. So tak adalah perlu ada handles. Kalau kita guna sudip yang metal ataupun conductor, okay, we must have handles that are insulator. Tapi kalau all of it are insulator, then we don't need anything lah, sebab kita we don't want tak perlukan heat tu untuk mengalir melalui senduk pun. Okay, we don't need heat tu mengalir ke senduk pun. But if heat tu mengalir ke senduk, tak ada masalah asalkan ada insulator sebagai dia punya handle. Sorry. Next one is the wall of an ice box. Okay, ice box are usually made up from fiberglass or polystyrene. Okay, the function of ice box is to maintain the coolness of the box. Okay, kalau kita letak something inside of the ice box, the ice can last longer. Ais tu akan bertahan lebih lama, dia akan lambat cair. Why? Because the wall of the container are made up from fiberglass or polystyrene that prevent heat. Dia prevent heat daripada masuk. So hot dekat luar, cool dekat dalam. So it prevent heat daripada masuk ke dalam, menyebabkan bawah ais ni tak dapat heat. Bila dia tak dapat heat, dia tak mencair lah. Ataupun dia lambat cair sebab heat yang masuk tu sangat sedikit because of the insulator, bahan penebat yang diletakkan dekat kawasan permukaan dan bahagian dalam icebox tersebut. Sama juga dengan chiller, okay? Bahan dia bergantung kepada materials tersebut. Kalau materials tersebut insulator, so dia prevent heat flow. So in this case, dia prevent the hot heat energy daripada luar from the outside to go inside of the icebox, okay, to maintain the coolness, untuk memastikan dalam tu masih sejuk, tak cepat panas. Okay, so that is the usage of insulator here in the icebox. Okay, up until here, do you understand? Do you have any more question? No. Alright, as usual, please write down one example of insulator that you know, that you use in your daily life. Apa insulator? Rubber eraser, okay. Paper, handkerchief, good. Apron, ruler, plastic ruler, yes. Okay, kalau kita sejuk, kita selalu ambil apa? Blanket, yes. Kadang-kadang materials, there are some materials that can, dia boleh, there are bad heat, mengalirkan haba. Bad conductor, yes. Dia menyebabkan ataupun good insulator, okay. Sama juga all those function, blanket, semua tu adalah materials yang boleh prevent heat flow. Dia kadang-kadang dia tak boleh prevent totally, okay. Dia tak boleh, kalau kita pakai blanket tak menyebabkan kita tak rasa sejuk langsung, okay. Tapi dia boleh mengurangkan heat transfer daripada badan kita keluar, menyebabkan badan kita sejuk. Dia boleh mengurangkan benda tu daripada berlaku, menyebabkan kita rasa lebih panas bila dalam blanket. Okay, plastic buttons. Okay, good. Everything that can prevent heat flow. Good. And usually they are not metals. The last one that we want to learn today is thermal equilibrium. I have tell you the meaning of thermal equilibrium before, right? Betul tak? Yes, okay. Dalam natural phenomena, kan? Okay, so again, thermal equilibrium. Okay, when two objects which are in thermal contact, maksudnya bila dia in contact with each other, okay, can exchange heat energy. Dia boleh exchange heat energy between them. Sebab selalunya kalau dia dari salah satu daripada mereka hot, salah satu adalah colder, biasanya dia akan exchange heat energy. Okay. The heat energy will flow from object with higher temperature, okay, hot, higher temperature to object with a lower temperature, meaning from high heat energy, dia akan pergi ke object that have low heat energy. When there is no net transfer of heat energy, okay, kalau kan bila mereka dalam contact, hot akan pergi ke cold. Up to one point, okay, bila dia flow, okay, let's see. Sekejap saya try kiss. Okay, so bila there are two objects, contoh hot object and kita ada cold object, okay, when they are in thermal contact, mereka dalam contact with each other, the heat energy will flow from the higher temperature object to object with lower temperature. Dia akan pergi situ. Why? Because they want to achieve thermal equilibrium, okay? Heat flow because they want to achieve thermal equilibrium. Apa maksud thermal equilibrium? When there are no more heat transfer. Okay, tadi heat transfer from hot to cold. Now, tak ada lagi dah heat transfer. Sebab the heat energy is equal. Heat energy is now equal. Okay, two objects that are in thermal equilibrium have the same temperature. When there is no net transfer of heat energy, okay, dah tak ada dah transfer, dah stop lah transfer sebab dah sama kan. Okay, the objects are said to be in thermal equilibrium, meaning the heat energy object A and object B ni dah sama, equal heat energy. So, bila dia ada equal heat energy, dia ada same temperature. The temperature of the object sekarang dah sama. Contoh kalau before this hot object is 80 degrees Celsius, colder object ni 50 degrees Celsius. Bila berlakunya heat flow, okay, bila berlakunya heat flow from hot object to cold object, dia akan stop at satu temperature yang sama because the heat energy are now equal. So maybe their temperature now is 60 degree. Yang ini pun 60 degree because of the heat energy are now the same. So no more heat transfer. Maksudnya dah achieve thermal equilibrium. Bila thermal equilibrium, the temperature is also the same because the heat energy is the same. Any questions? Nope. Okay. Others? No. Okay. Take a look at this picture. There are hot coffee inside a cup. Okay. When will they achieve thermal equilibrium? Bila yang berlakunya thermal equilibrium? Apabila thermal equilibrium berlaku, Apabila thermal equilibrium berlaku, what will happen?
The temperature, water and the air is equal.
The temperature of water and the The air or the cup?
Cup.
Yes, okay. The temperature of the water and the cup will be the same, okay? Because the heat energy from the water, from the coffee, flow to the cup until they achieve thermal equilibrium. So when they achieve thermal equilibrium, the coffee in the cup will become colder, while the cup will become hot. Okay, warmer. Okay, boleh?
Boleh.
Boleh. Okay, good. So let's see. Yeah, that's all. Okay, so that is all for our class today. Um, I will see you in the next class. Okay. Before our lessons end, I will give you link for quizzes exercise. Please do that. Please do that after this, and screen cap your score and upload it in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay. So if you are done, the participation mark will be given for those who write something in the Google Meet chat box. Okay. So if you have no more question and you have write something in the chat box, you may leave this Google Meet and please do the quizzes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, teacher.
Welcome.